Welcome to In the Green Room. I'm Kinga.
And I'm Chet.
And welcome the two Andreas.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Another family episode.
Yes. Cheers to that.
Cheers.
No, say na zdrowie in Polish. Cheers.
Cheers. We are drinking a Hungarian wine.
Oh, Hungarian, then Egészségedre.
Egészségedre.
In Hungarian. Egészségedre.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chet, you gotta learn
I
that.
have a sip. I'll have a sip.
Yeah, I didn't
Chet, you
know.
gotta learn
Can-
how to
can you
cheers
say
in
hello?
Hungarian.
Hey, how do you say it?
Egészségedre.
Wait.
Egészségedre.
Wait, we don't want to be talking over each other.
I put it here.
Mom, can you say hello on the show?
Oh, hello.
This is Andrea.
Servus. If you understand that we...
What does Cerebos mean?
Cheers.
Hello.
What?
Can you tell us how to
Servus.
cheers in Hungarian? How do you cheers
Cheers.
in Hungarian? Beszélj magyarul.
Servus.
No, beszélj magyarul.
Egészségedre.
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 Hey, how is it?
Egészségedre.
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 Igen.
I can see why so many people speak English now.
Beszélj
You're like,
magyarul.
what are you guys talking about?
So we are here to have some fun and talk about passion and your relentless
The
focus
sounds of Hungary.
for art and music and
I like the
Hungary.
sounds of birds.
oh really?
I don't know why, because I became like I could watch them in the window of my kitchen.
Oh really?
Ask
See,
Andrea.
this is inside the
They
artist's
chirp.
mind. This is the kind of thing they think about.
Well, one topic that I want
birds
to
and
bring
the-
up that's like really interesting is just how much more priority needs to be put on art and the importance of it as we move forward, as more automation and technology eliminate careers. More and more people are going to be looking for purpose and looking for careers, and art is always something everybody should try to become an artist. It doesn't matter what form it is, whether it's painting, music, photography. There's so many different forms of artwork. You should try to find one that you enjoy and can turn into a passion. It doesn't have to be a career, but so many people are like kind of looking for purpose in life, and they're not super passionate about anything. It's like you should find something you're super passionate about, then it'll give you more purpose.
Yeah, actually, the community colleges are a great way to just take a couple classes and something you might be interested in, and it's not too pricey, and you don't have to fully commit yourself. You can try a couple classes and see if that's the way you want to go.
No.
I'm a
Yeah,
fan
I think
of
that's
it.
such a
it's
smart
great-
recommendation because it's also a really good tool to keep your brain and your memory working. Because if you're not testing yourself
Well-
and writing and working on those kind of skills, you lose those skills. Use
Right.
it or lose it. Simple
Right,
as that.
absolutely, and
Well,
I think a lot of
can I
times.
say
Oh, go
something?
ahead.
Go ahead.
I don't
just
believe
interrupt.
in going to class because you can lose your, what you really would
Wait,
love
let her
to
finish.
show
Let her describe what she's trying
in
to say.
life, because everything has something that you can say. This bottle of wine is cool, or anything in art. You can just
Art is subjective.
find yourself.
Meaning art is subjective.
Well, you can also
is that what you're trying to
you
say?
can do it
Yes.
on your
Meaning
own.
you might have an art teacher that says, "Hey, you're not talented."
Well, sometimes they tell you that.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I
But
was
there's also
listening to an
good ones.
interview.
Michael
There's also
and
good
find
ones
it,
too,
but
Mom.
You just say,
I was listening to an interview with Sigourney Weaver last night, and she was being interviewed, and she was talking about how both her parents were in the movie business, and she already had that, passion because she was watching them in the business.
yeah.
And she went off to school at Yale. She did acting at school at Yale, and she said the teachers were really mean to her and told her she had no talent. And her advice
That's
is
really bad.
don't listen.
Yeah.
She said her
Just
advice
walk
is don't
away.
listen to
Walk
people
away.
that give you negative criticism. If your passion is to
That
do
is
that,
true.
just have a relentless focus and don't give up.
I agree
Well,
that there's-
ironically, that negative criticism is perhaps what made her work that much harder, that made her that much
That
better.
is true.
That made her
See,
the
I'm
one
a
that
fan
made
of
it
school.
into the movies.
I think you can,
Mhm.
if you have talent and you're motivated on your own to, discover
Mhm.
your talent in whatever artistic form it is, great. But some people need a structured environment where they're sitting down in a class, they're getting instruction, and then they're still developing their talent. So
Oh yeah,
I
education
understand
is so
what she's
important.
saying,
For just
but I think
keeping free,
education is really important.
100%. Just keeping free thinking is important. I think is what the point you were trying to make.
So, Mom, did
Right,
you feel
exactly.
like you learned
Not,
a lot
not
of your
letting them
art?
change your style. I
In
think
school?
that's what she was driving at.
Did you learn to be
I
an artist
always
in
did
school?
something else.
Like what? For example, what?
I didn't do what they said to do.
So they said
Yeah,
draw a
That's
tree.
why I think I.
Hey,
told
yeah.
So
you
they said
this.
draw a tree and you drew a tiger?
No, wait, her
No.
different
Explain.
style than what they wanted her to do.
No, happens to be I was like in
What is that, Chip?
5th grade. I was
Gummies.
in 8th
Can you
grade.
speak up louder for our video?
Oh yeah.
Because we won't hear you
Yeah.
on the video.
My teacher was actually an artist. He never said it that he was, and he would criticize. He says that's not the thing that I requested to draw or do, and you are just looking around and you're trying to find something else. I said, well, I am trying to compose in my head how this would look in my version of art. Can I not do that if I want to? That's what I said. And you know what? He gave me there were 5 was the best, and he gave me 4.
He
And
needs you to talk like close to the
and-
microphone.
I remember it was just a few weeks, and Mother said, well, you're not going back there. Mother took me out. I went to the other school, but fortunately.
Okay, so your mom took you out of that school because you didn't like the teacher? Is that
Yeah.
what you're saying?
Because I was doing everything for him or in his class, but not the version what he requested. There's nothing wrong with that.
But Mom, you've also had some great instructors as well.
Yeah.
Can you tell us about those? Because there's always
Which one?
Which one did you like the best? Which instructor changed your life the most?
Oh, in art?
Yeah.
He was the only one. He said, he asked me to go and sit on the chair and he was gonna paint me.
So was that Janusz
This was
Naj?
out of class.
Oh,
Yeah.
So he was trying to do something
No, he was
extra?
no. He
Okay.
he was.
Wild
I
imagination.
sat there for 2 hours maybe. No, he had a studio.
But you're saying that he wanted to draw you when it wasn't class? That's not appropriate.
What?
Okay, guy, don't draw.
Never mind, never mind.
No.
Anyway, but
Okay.
he was an excellent.
Yeah.
He's a well-known painter.
And I said,
And he was your
okay,
instructor.
So wait.
Janusz Naj.
So I
think she's
sat
speaking
2
of,
hours
from Hungary.
and I didn't
If you
see
look him up,
anything of
he's
me.
very famous.
It was very abstract what he did. And I went home and I said, Mother, I'm not going there anymore. She says, well, just give another try. And I went again. And it was better. It looked a little bit like me, but he didn't finish. And he says, now make sure you come back to my studio because this is not done.
So
And I
How
never
old
went.
were you at this point? What was
So-
your age? What were you?
What?
Were you 15? Were you 18? Were you 12? How old were
I
you?
was like,
10, 12,
no, I was like 13. Yeah.
13.
No, he was not what you think.
I'll be like 12, and she's like, no, 13.
Right, that's a
So
Hungarian.
far off.
Feisty Hungarian. Gotta correct you. There you
But
go.
I did the same thing with the clouds. I found art in the clouds. Mother used to say, what are you looking? I said, the clouds. I was only 5
That's
years
hilarious.
old. 5.
Artists look up at the clouds. That's
And so
very
you started
typical.
drawing the clouds at 5?
No, I never I didn't, but
Well, I think the point you're getting at is that it's important to keep your imagination. 'Cause
Yeah,
that's what helps
exactly.
you with writing and
Yeah.
creating new stuff.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, we need creators, whether it's with
Yeah.
art,
Mhm.
like engineering,
Yes.
invention, stuff like that. We need people that are thinking outside the box.
Exactly.
In every single, industry.
Like, she's sitting in the chair. I could imagine her the most beautiful woman.
And you
Right?
want to do a painting of her,
Yeah.
huh?
She has nice lines and, smile. Like,
That's true. That's true. Okay, so we can do a little portrait.
So, and then you went to Canada and you studied with Arthur Lismer, one of the group of 7
Same thing.
painters.
Put
And he was a
the
good instructor.
circles.
And you
That's-
did circles?
No.
So they said do circles and you said
I
dance.
tried to do the circle for that.
So this is where Chet
I
got his
thought it
up.
was, and
his
they said
stubbornness.
Stubborn artist,
he
huh?
was the
Interesting.
Canadian, yeah, the Canadian, Arthur.
It's
Yeah.
funny because I like to break the rules to stand
I
out
like to
sometimes
break the
too.
rules.
Yeah,
Well, to be cutting edge, right? Just
Yeah.
like do something different
That something
no
hasn't
one
been done
that
before,
hasn't been
exactly.
done,
Yeah.
and that's
Then
what makes
you
the artist
become
unique.
something that you create and not somebody else told you, do this or do that.
And you
Right?
know what's interesting about that idea is one day when we're not all on this earth anymore, it stays forever. Your music, Chet, who does DJing, your
Deep
music.
Chetty, Deep Chetty
Deep
music.
Chetty.
He has a new song that's just released. What's it called?
it's called Burn It Down. It was a
Burn It
collaboration
Down.
with my sister,
What?
actually, Rachel.
Burn
It was really
Burn
fun.
It Down.
But
But your music will live on forever.
yeah,
Just
that's
like
actually
art,
something.
Your art will live on forever.
Here's a painting.
And-
Yeah, we should get one of your
Now that's-
paintings. We should get
that's
one of your
unreal.
paintings, like shaven into metal, so it'll literally last forever.
Wouldn't
that be really cool?
Wait, do what?
That's unreal.
Like you could take that print and then have it basically engraved onto like a metal sheet. It would cost a lot,
Yeah.
but it
Oh,
would be
yeah.
a way to preserve one of her
Yeah.
paintings literally forever,
Oh, that's a
Well,
good
you know,
idea.
it's just interesting. It's like
or it
when,
lasts hundreds to thousands of years.
when you go to, let's say, a
preserved
museum
properly.
like the Louvre, which is a fantastic museum, and there's so
Which
much
one?
to see.
The
The Louvre
Louvre.
in Paris.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You see artists that were from such a long time ago. And to see it preserved like that, like when
Well,
I
this
saw the
brings-
Mona Lisa, I was like, "Oh my
Well,
gosh,
and
it's
they just-
amazing!
they
This is
do
the
so
painting
much
that they've
to-
been talking about all this time, and I get to see this, and it's preserved forever. Just like your art will get preserved forever, and your
Well,
and
they have
your music and
They have
such.
to do a lot to preserve those paintings, though, and they still deteriorate over time, which is
Well,
really
it was
sad.
like in several layers of glass.
Right.
You've seen it, right?
Oh, yes. Oh,
I
yes.
mean, it was just like ridiculous. It was like all these layers of glass. You couldn't even get to it.
The amount of
It's like this
security,
little
the amount
painting.
of security was ridiculous. Yeah, I thought I was like in the middle of like a secret service operation or something.
Well, have
It's like-
you guys have seen the
Well-
movie The Thomas Crown Affair?
Oh, that's such a great
where
movie.
he's stealing the artwork.
Oh yeah, that's a
That's
good
such
one.
a good movie.
That's a great movie. Good movie recommendation.
Where he's stealing the master's art out of the
Some
museum.
OG Pierce Brosnan.
Yeah.
Very, very good.
Well, yeah. Actually, if I can mention something I think is important about art is it can be healing for the soul, and it can be a stress reliever. I remember when I was interviewing some artists when I used to work at MCTV, and I was doing my show Spirit of the Arts, and I would speak to some of these students who were taking classes at the community colleges, and so some of them would tell me that they suffered from some mental illnesses, and they felt like people didn't understand them, and they had no sense or way to express themselves, and that it helped them get out of their depression, anxiety. So I really feel art is healing. So when I listen to these students, it was really touching, and some of them had these dramatic stories. I mean, anything like a tragedy in the family, or whatever, someone got killed or whatever, something bad happened. They said, the art is really what changed my life and put me in a positive place, and it was the only thing that spoke to me. So some people don't know they have that talent, like we're talking about, and they go to school and they find what they're supposed to be doing, which is amazing.
Well, that's why I know we touched on, you just mentioned that movie, Thomas Crown Affair, and the three of us went to go see that Marilyn Monroe movie. I don't want to diss it too.
Oh,
No.
Sorry.
I'm not
Sorry,
telling people
I
to go out and
can't.
see it. I'm not telling
yeah,
people to go out and see it, but I did a little more reading, and a lot of that is actually true. What's in that movie?
I'm sure it
And-
is true. I'm sure it is.
So,
it
but it
it's
is
a
rated
sad
NC-17.
story.
I'm not
It's a
telling
very
people to
sad
go out and
story.
see it. I'm telling people that it's like a porno movie almost.
It's a little disturbing,
be
but
prepared for that,
it's her life. It was sad, and I think people. Think
It's
about
interesting to me
the
that you're more disturbed by the porn scenes than the fact that she was getting beat in the movie.
No. I'm not. No, that's not the
No,
part.
but it was super
But
negative.
it's
part,
just
of
like,
course.
why would that not be
Chet,
the most
that-
disturbing part to you?
Chet, it's not, that part's not, the sex isn't disturbing. What's disturbing is like her mom trying to drown her in the beginning.
That
of
was
the
Exactly, I'm saying
disturbing.
those are the parts that are more
well-
disturbing than the porn part.
So-
Joe DiMaggio trying to
So
like kill
I
her.
will say,
I mean, those are the things
she
that were
had
disturbing. Oh my God, a
she had a
naked
sad
person.
life, and okay, we're talking about artists, okay?
Mhm.
Whoever wrote the script for that movie
Mhm.
was trying to be dramatic, and was trying to show what a hard life she had.
But they did a
So
good job of
they
that,
did a good
sounds like.
job
They did-
of
they
that.
did it- did
So
a
I
good job
will
of that.
say they did a good job of showing what
And
a
she
hard
did a
life
good
Okay, I
she
haven't even
had.
seen the movie, and in her description of it, she first started by saying it was terrible. But then when she described it, it sounds like they did a really, they were trying to portray that all that trauma is what like led to her seeking so much attention from so many people.
Right. And hold on, what
But
I
she
was
wanted
going
to
to
change
say
her life.
is
Well,
you
no,
portray-
people that are like abused like that, they seek love from other people because they haven't been getting it. She didn't get it from her parents. They
Right,
were
that's
said
true.
she was given up for adoption.
She was in a
So they
foster
seek that
home.
from other people, and then they.
Her mom
that's
was in a
what
mental
leads to that kind of
institution for
behavior.
child
Right,
killer.
right. So,
So
I
it
mean,
sounds
they
like
did a good job
they
of
did a
portraying
good job
that, for sure.
portraying that.
But
yeah.
what I was trying to say, Marilyn Monroe, even through all that abuse, even through all that, just men mistreating her,
She was still a sweet person.
She was
I didn't
sweet,
like
Yeah.
and she was
her.
artful, and she took her life and made it into something beautiful. I
Which
think,
is amazing.
Which
She turned
it
her
made
life
me sad
around.
that they didn't show anything about that.
They should have
because
shown a little bit more of that.
She
I
was
agree.
so loved
Mhm.
by the world, and
Yeah, and I think
they didn't
I'm
show
like
any of that.
personally like against puritanical culture and like shaming for like sexuality and stuff. Like I think it's awesome that she like kind of forwarded that movement to people being more like free and open about that kind of stuff. Like I think it's so dumb how puritanical things used to be.
Well,
Like,
I think you have to be in the right mood to watch the movie.
Well, yeah,
I think
but-
for me, I wasn't. It was that.
I'm talking about like how
particularly-
controversial like some of her bikini shots and stuff like that were at the time. Like a lot of people at the time were like super offended by some of those bikini shots. It's like
because
who wants to wear a turtleneck at the beach? You know what I mean? Like it's
well,
fine.
back then it was shocking.
Exactly, and that's what I'm
Because
saying.
it
It's I'm giving her kudos for kind of advancing that woman, or that movement of women being like more free and open about that stuff. You know what I mean?
Well, that's what I'm trying to say is she was such a beautiful spirit, and she brought sunshine to so many people, and everybody loved her. And then for them in this movie to portray her, the sex part didn't bother me. What bothered me was they make her almost look stupid, and that part I didn't like. Now the actress did an excellent job.
She did a
acting.
great job.
Like excellent.
Mhm.
Like that was
It was
art.
really
That
well
was
done.
in total art.
Mhm.
The
Yeah,
way.
it was well written, but you have to be in the right.
Okay,
psyche
maybe I have to
about
see it again.
And,
Okay,
and
'cause-
I so in the shooting,
sure?
it was very artistically shot. So again, here on this
It was
episode, we're
artistically
talking
shot.
So
about
it sounds like a
different
very
artists.
well-made movie, but just there's a
lot of
sad
trauma.
topic mark.
Yes.
It's
sad
o-
topic matter.
It's over
Like-
3 hours long, so just bring lots of popcorn. That's going to take some time.
Like there's amazing movies made
Yeah.
about sad, terrible subjects. It happens. Like
right.
doesn't mean
exactly.
it's like, oh, that was a cheerful movie. It just means there's a well-made movie about something sad and tragic. Sounds like parts of her life were definitely tragic.
Totally. And so really art and music and the arts can really let you escape. And to me, a really good movie does let you escape. And actually, we were,
I don't think it's escaping. It's making this reality better because it's something that everybody here can enjoy, and they can all make their reality better too. It's not escaping. It's the opposite. It's they're
watching a
making-
movie is a little bit of like you,
I
you
know
get
for
into
me,
another
it's an
world.
escape. I mean,
Yeah.
I watch comedies to
I meant-
get in a get in a better mood if I'm having a bad day. I like to watch a
Yeah.
romantic comedy, something that makes me laugh.
Exactly.
But I guess
So I
I'm
think
just
movies do
defining that
different
like
things for
it
people.
makes this reality so good that you don't need to escape it. You know what I mean? Like the term saying you need to escape is saying that like you're not happy.
I don't agree with
Art
that.
makes you so happy that you don't need to escape. You can just be enjoying art all the time.
Well, actually, the day we decided to see the movie, we were a little sad. We had just lost my father.
I wasn't in
And
the right
so
mood to watch
we
that
were
movie.
trying to like be
I have
cheered
a-
up.
It wasn't the right
and,
movie.
and
Yeah.
it wasn't the right movie.
I
'cause
wanted a
it
comedy.
wasn't cheerful.
Yeah, a comedy is way better.
Anything
That's-
else
Yeah.
than that day.
Okay.
Yeah, don't let her pick the movie. She was like, I didn't read a thing about it.
Oh my
Like,
gosh,
of course she
Tanya.
didn't. She doesn't read
Jeez.
anything. It's bad.
Wait,
Well, our other sister said,
No way.
Don't
I'm not a
ask
fan
her.
of words.
Our
It's
our
bad.
other
It's
sister
words.
said
It hurt
Brad
my
Pitt
brain.
was in it. She kept going,
I have a
Brad
question.
Pitt's in it.
Oh my
Brad
gosh,
Pitt's in
where,
it.
where was the scene with Brad Pitt?
There's no Brad Pitt.
Was it
There was
JFK?
no
Is that
No,
what it looked like?
there's no Brad Pitt, but there's
He's
another Marilyn
produced it.
Monroe that
He
he's
produced
produced.
it.
If you
Not
took
that
advice from Gardenia, that's her first mistake.
wait, can I ask you
Take that part
something?
out.
Wait,
Watch
It's
where
a
that
joke.
goes.
It's called a joke.
No, take that part
No,
out.
no, have a sense of humor. Don't
Anyway.
be,
I
don't be
have
a
a
Karen.
question for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think she wanted to die? Obviously, she died.
No, I don't think she wanted to
No,
die.
I don't think she
young
wanted to die.
age.
No,
No.
no, not at
A
all.
lot of people think she was
No.
murdered. Yeah,
So why?
No, I think she was
why
murdered.
did she die?
she was capped.
I'm not even sure. I don't know.
You
She
know
was
why
capped
she
for
died?
being cream pied by the president.
What? That was.
Yeah.
I didn't like that part. She
Well,
was.
Okay, now I'm confused. I have to see it again because I got really tired.
Oh, well,
So
I'm
late.
yeah, I'm
The
not
movie
saying
started
No,
that
at
I
at the
don't
same
think
time.
you need to see it. You
Sorry,
saw it.
I
I'm,
need to
next
see it
movie I'm
sometime.
going to see is a comedy. Sorry, that was good enough.
I might see it again
You're not
today.
wrong.
No, Chet, you can go with her. So, Chet, when you're working on your music, how does it make you feel when you're composing your music? Just
I love
That's a
that
good
question. Well, first off,
does it like just come to you, or I mean, or you sit and think
well,
about
sometimes the idea for a song, like
Where are you
the
going?
bass line, is usually what pops in my head first. Either the bass line or the vocal idea, like the words of the song, the lyrics. Those are usually my two starting points of the track. But I'd say I think of a track that I kind of want to, like I kind of usually have inspiration for it, if that makes sense. Like I'll think of a song that is inspiring me, and then I will kind of try to make something that's similar to that mood, if that makes sense.
the same mood, but
Yeah.
your own style.
Exactly.
Hmm.
So, that's one way I like to go about it.
Do you like
sometimes
classical?
the melodies and the bass line just pop into my head though.
Yeah.
It's
Do you like classical music?
oh, I love classical. I love I love listening to music of basically all genres. The only genres I don't consume really
Are
are
you still playing the piano?
yeah, the only genres I don't consume are like country and metal.
Well,
But
I'm glad to hear that.
yeah.
Oh yeah, he
Well,
loves
I,
it. He
I
loves
like
it.
all of music, but
but
I
he's still
think that
talking,
the
he's still-
creative process is interesting to me because each artist has their own creative process.
yeah, but the moment that I realized I wanted to like start producing and making my own songs, because I was already DJing and like mixing music, but I hadn't like gone down the production route. But I was at Hard Summer in 2015 at Chami's set, and I like one of the songs that he dropped. I'm trying to think of which one it was. It just like elevated my mood in such a way. Like it was
Who
like
is that?
he's a French house producer. He's like one of my
Oh.
favorite artists and
Okay, I
inspirations.
don't know who that is.
Wait, is it
I'll
Squad?
No, Chami. I'm right in the middle of a story if you're not
Oh, okay,
listening.
okay.
But he it was just like kind of a really profound moment for me. Like I was so happy and having such a good time. I was like, I didn't realize music could make you this happy. And I was with all my best friends too. And it made me realize like, wait, I want to make a song that makes other people happy like this. That's what I want to do. Because that moment when you're in the crowd at a concert, I think is the most fun you can possibly have.
That's when you get the rush.
Yeah,
Right.
That
I think
rush
that's
of
the
energy.
most fun. That's my favorite thing to do is either perform as an artist or be at a concert as a fan. Those are literally my two favorite things to do in life. Or comedy, like being at a comedy show. I'm obsessed with comedy as well. But yeah, so I just realized I wanted to inspire other people to make art and make music like that too. And I was like, the best way to do that is by doing it yourself. And it's one thing.
And how old were you when that inspired you and you decided that's what I
I
want to
was
do?
like 18.
Yeah.
But because at some point, all of your favorite artists and all the people you know that mastered skills, whether it's an artist that's been doing it for how many years have you been painting for?
Since she was a little kid.
All my life.
Yeah. At one point, though, those people that are mastering those skills that you want to learn, they knew as much as you do right now. You know what I mean? Everybody had
That's
to start
true.
from zero at some point. So that's what made me realize it's not too late to start making music, because I thought like, oh, I'm 18, like it might be too late. And I was like, wait, I'm so young.
Never.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
I mean,
so
you
even
know,
if
it's
even
like
if
a
you're
Grandma Moses.
yeah, it doesn't matter
in
what
her
age you
80s.
are. If there's some skill or art form you want to,
Just hit
that's
you
nice.
at the point.
yeah, if you're passionate about it, you should
Yeah.
start getting into it, start creating it.
It's never too late. And Mom, what about you when you start your painting? What's your like creative process in your head? I know you like classical music.
Well, I have to have the sunshine.
Oh, but okay,
Sunshine.
sorry, this is like the longest answer to a question ever, but I'll keep going. But furthermore, I like creating like house music that's super, super high energy. So I love creating bass lines that just make the people on the dance floor go like as hard as they're going the whole night. Like that's the kind of music I like to make. Because that way, not only is it the most fun thing you could be doing at a concert with your friends, but you're also hearing music that's super high energy, like super fun. But I also keep a lot of groove and swing in my songs too, so it's not like ever too much. So yeah, I have an executed plan of attack when I'm performing to make everybody have a great time. That's definitely like my whole thing about performing is I
And
want
you have an
everybody.
up and coming show, October 22nd.
It's not announced yet.
Oh, but I didn't say
I
where.
can't tell you anything.
I
I
didn't
swear.
say where.
Yeah.
I didn't say where. I didn't say where. I
Anyway.
didn't say where.
So,
Can we play one of your songs?
not right now. Let's continue the conversation going. Maybe later.
Okay. I'd like
Chad,
to
are
play
you
a
still
song.
talking, or should we get?
Well,
talk
we can
about
we
her?
can just bounce around now. But it was a really fun question to answer though, so I appreciate that.
And then do you want to talk about your creative process when you start your painting? You said you like natural light,
It's always different.
but you like natural light and you like
Sunshine.
classical music, right?
Sunshine.
Sunshine.
But do you paint from your mind, like the flowers in your
No,
shirt?
always.
Like, do you look at your shirt and paint a painting
No,
from this?
I won't paint from this. No, I
That was
have
a
to
joke.
have. Right now we have about 5 or 6 ways of different flowers.
Uh-huh.
You know,
So lots of bouquets.
there's a big one, a white one.
hmm
I mean, I like it.
She's picky about the flowers.
I'm
They have
very
to speak
picky.
to her. so,
I have to pick.
so-
I have to pick it.
so if she doesn't like it, I switch it out and get something else. I just say, well, it doesn't. It has to
And
speak
it's
to you,
nice,
right?
but it's all white.
So
It's
we're
So
gonna
you need
switch
some
it out.
color.
So she likes color, right?
yeah,
You
a
like
little
color.
bit. But you can,
But
Well-
you can actually use your imagination.
Yeah,
Like so,
exactly.
today I was
Yeah.
working on just a tiny one, and it didn't have enough color, and I was like, I don't want just all
Remember
white flowers.
that
So I just changed the
painting
color.
that I
So you can
did?
just change the color yourself, even if it's not right in front of you. Just
Yeah.
paint the flowers and change it to
Yeah.
something else that you
Remember
like.
your dad brought home some big, huge flowers.
Well, Dad always brought you the
What
best
was
flowers.
that called? And
I'm not sure which
Well.
bouquet that was, but he always brought her the flowers and the most
Yeah.
beautiful ones you've ever seen. I don't even know where he got
Yeah.
them
Well,
from.
this
but
brings up another interesting topic that I
he
think
was
it's,
the muse.
it's really
He was her muse.
that's great.
absolutely.
That bird.
But I think it's really important
The
to
muse.
have to try to create art when you're feeling the most inspired like that. Like wait for that bouquet that really makes you feel that passion.
exactly.
Yeah,
I
so
cannot just paint.
You have
a
to be
flower.
inspired.
So yes, I like have a no days off mentality when it comes to my music production
I
and my
can
music
sing
work.
in music,
But
Listen.
Yeah.
I only write new songs and create new songs when I'm feeling super inspired. So I work on my music every day because I have hundreds of songs that I'm working on constantly. But as far as when I'm creating new songs or writing new songs, I wait for those moments when I'm feeling super inspired. Sometimes that'll be 3 times in a day, or sometimes that'll only be 2 times in a week. It's random, but you can only strike while the iron's hot. I think that saying is so true.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
one of my dad's favorite
But
sayings.
never
It's
be
true.
I swear.
Timing is everything.
I
It
said
Timing
always
is
used to
everything.
say that all the time. You
I
must
think-
strike when
wait.
the iron's hot.
It's
Are
a
you
great
ready
saying because
for
it's
a
true.
symphony to sit there and do your music?
My stuff is more meant for the nightclubs.
Oh, nightclub.
My stuff is more meant for the people that are they're
No,
going to blow off some
They
steam and
have-
get on the
they
dance
have-
floor.
They have.
Oh, I
Oh
love
yeah,
to
when you hear his
dance.
music, you have
I
to
love
dance.
to dance. See,
Did you hear me?
Yeah.
You have to dance.
well, I
when
love
you're
to
on
dance.
music.
So, Chet, you got to
You can't
invite me
sit
to your
still.
next one because I like to dance.
Well, I can't tell you where it's at. It's a secret. But
Oh, yeah,
it's
we won't
October
talk about where it's at.
22nd.
He doesn't want to tell us yet.
I'm not allowed to say
To be
yet, so it's
continued,
kind of annoying
so-
that she talks about it.
It's a
So,
secret.
for the audience to
It's a
know,
total secret.
my mom and I paint florals, and we have a art gallery in
I play other
Scottsdale.
play
I mean, she does landscapes too,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
we do a lot
And
of
you've done
florals.
some portraits as well.
She
Yeah.
did some portraits.
Some portraits, some florals, and sunsets, and cityscapes. But her main
Yeah, she loves
Flowers.
florals are her favorite
Flowers
thing.
and-
So,
Yeah.
and then your inspiration about symbolizing freedom as a theme, going back to when you left Hungary in 1956 during the uprising. So
Well,
you like to
I
capture
compare
that theme.
flowers like to people, especially females. You know, there's a point in your life where you just get older, and that becomes it's very fascinating how that works.
But our spirit is the same.
Yeah.
This is
Because
just our physical
flowers
encasement
still give you that form
stuck in the physical body.
in every way, even if you don't describe it.
I know you've always talked about like flowers as a cycle
love
of life.
flowers.
I always thought that was a cool concept.
Other than flowers, does anything else ever inspire you? Like, do you ever watch a movie that makes you go, oh, I want to go paint now? Or do you ever have a glass of wine that makes you go, oh, I want to go paint now? Is there ever anything else that really pushes you, inspires you, or is it
Well,
always flowers?
I like certain things, yeah, but
No, he's asking you what specifically will make you get excited to go paint a painting.
Well, I think when I brought her to the like a museum, like the Phoenix Art Museum, I feel like she gets more inspired.
So it's kind of
No,
similar to my
actually-
creative process
Yeah,
than of
she
when I
likes
hear.
doing that, and that really like gets those creative juices.
It's
No,
kind of
I-
encapsulating the same mood, like what I do with when I hear a song that inspires me. I'm like, oh, I want to make
Mhm.
something that's a similar mood, like whether it's like a happy melody or kind of more like menacing or ominous. Like I love trying to recreate a similar mood. I love doing that.
I love that.
And that's kind of the inspiration it sounds like you get from other paintings than when you go to museums.
it just hits me which one.
Yeah.
Were
I
you
go
ever
into-
inspired by Georgia O'Keeffe, Mom?
Yeah.
Georgia O'Keeffe, did you ever get inspired by her flowers?
Yeah, I did, but I always thought it was a little too big.
Well, because you do, we do little
But I
flowers,
like
and she
this.
does big, like gigantic
Because
flowers.
she did that because
Well, but you were published with her in the Arizona Highways
she
magazine.
she said
comparing
she
your
did
two
it large
florals.
because otherwise people didn't notice it.
Well, okay, can I say
Which
this?
was a good
I hope this is
thing.
not
Well, just her
offensive. Can I
artistic
say?
style. Yeah, go for it.
Can I say? I hope it doesn't offend anyone. She was painting. Her flowers were actually symbolizing the female reproductive system.
Mhm, everyone is. Yeah.
So
That's why it was so controversial and salacious.
right.
Salacious.
So that was a symbol in her art, in case people didn't know
Yeah.
that. So it is controversial.
Yep.
So and my mom.
And
She
her
was
paint-
good.
her
And
painting's
by
got
the
a lot
way,
of-
she was 1/4 Hungarian. Her great grandfather.
I think
came
it's so
from
cool when
Hungary.
there's like a
The
hidden
meaning.
theme.
There's a hidden
a
meaning.
hidden theme with artwork like that. I love that. That's so cool.
It is cool. It is very cool. I will say that I was watching my big fat Greek wedding last night before I was going to
I
bed.
love that movie.
And the father was trying to turn everything to Greek. That's how you do
Oh.
it. Oh, this one was, he was Hungarian. Oh,
Well,
this was Hungarian. It was kind of, go
I
watch
have
that
the
movie.
book.
Oh my God,
It
that's-
cracks me up. I was thinking,
You can
Mom,
read it.
saying, this
Oh,
is
yeah,
Hungarian.
still to this
Great
day, she
Polish.
says that Andre Agassi was Hungarian. He actually isn't Hungarian, but she was telling me all this time he was Hungarian. And we ran
You
into him.
discovered that-
Remember, we ran into him
Yeah.
at the Princess Hotel when he was here doing a match.
Yeah.
And we talked to him, and she's like, "You're Hungarian, right?" And he's like, "No, I'm from Las Vegas. I'm actually not Hungarian."
Well, that's
She's like, "But no, your name Agassi. That's Hungarian, isn't it?"
Oh, he's
He said
name
no.
was-
He said
no.
Yeah.
It's really funny.
But it was cool when I actually wanted to see Georgia O'Keeffe go to Santa Fe and where she had the place, but she died. I should have gone earlier. It would have been really nice.
Anyway, did you ever get inspired when you were traveling back to Europe all those times? Did you ever paint when we were on those trips? I think
Well,
we
your
did.
dad carried the thing. I did paint.
He was the
maybe.
muse. I
Two
bring it up
painting.
again. He
One
was the
of
muse,
them-
nonstop.
Fell
Big fan.
under a car, and it has the print on the other side.
I mean, I like this story. What about the story when you guys were driving through Colorado and you were at Ouray,
Oh,
which is really
Ouray.
beautiful, and it
Yeah.
looked like Switzerland.
Yeah.
And Dad stopped the car and he's like, "Okay, it's time to paint. This is beautiful. There's flowers."
No, I
And-
said.
Anyway, he
said I
immediately
wanna
stopped the car and said, "You must paint
because
this.
it
It's
reminded
beautiful."
me of Switzerland. Yeah.
Because it looks a little bit like Switzerland.
Yeah.
You wouldn't see that again.
I
It's a
have that,
beautiful
yeah.
sight.
Mhm.
So I would say he was
That's
your
a very-
huge muse.
Yeah.
An
was a
amazing
beautiful
muse
thing.
for you. So
So what else inspires you?
Or who are some of your other favorite artists?
I can tell you my favorite, Monet.
Okay.
I love
Well,
Monet.
I love Monet too.
Monet's my favorite.
Munkachi, it's Hungarian. Munkachi, but you have to look him up.
Moonkachi?
Moonkachi. Moonkachi.
Moonkachi.
But it's the old,
But it doesn't look like your art at all. You
It's
just
not like
appreciate
what
the
I do,
artist.
but-
I like Van Gogh. Van Gogh, Monet. Those are my two favorite.
Yeah, I think if I could have any painting in the world, like just bam, appear on my wall, it'd probably be Starry Starry Night.
That's a really
Did you
good one.
see that show? I think it's still up in Old Town.
Where?
It's a video show
Of Picasso.
with it's with Van Gogh's art, and then it's animated. I just
Oh, I
think
didn't realize
it's-
that one was Van Gogh. I thought
Oh.
that one was Picasso.
Mm.
That
No,
one was
that's Van Gogh.
Oh, very cool.
And I saw that one, and I
Is it
thought it was
still
incredible.
on?
I mean, if you haven't seen it, you should go check it out. If
I'm
it's
gonna
still
go. That's cool.
on
You
display.
should see it.
And it was really cool. I mean, it
Well,
basically
I
the
have
paintings
seen
become like
the Van
animated.
Oh,
Gogh
it's very cool. You
Museum.
haven't
and
seen
they're
that?
moving around.
Oh,
Oh,
that sounds
You
cool.
have
did
to
you
see
go
that.
with me?
You know,
It's kind of like videos of his paintings,
yeah.
and it
No, I
all
went
like
with somebody
it's
else.
very cool.
It's
I
very
did
interesting, and
the
there's a
same
new
with
one on
somebody else.
display with Frida
Wait.
Kahlo's work.
I want to tell you something.
I think
Okay,
that's the
I
new one. That's on.
used to, my father was very, classical in art and music and everything and science. And he always took me to the museum, and he said, you better look at this, because when the next time we come back, I'm going to ask you if you know this artist. And I said, I don't think I can remember just one time. I have to come back several times and see who I like the best. And he says, really? I said, yes. And there was one, this was in the museum just when I went last time, I think, when I went with you, there was this really nice painting, which was almost like an angel kind of feel. It had some gold in it, and that caught my eye, because it was so cool. And I came back and I started using gold.
Oh, I love it.
So that's cool.
Yeah.
See, that's what Chet was talking about. That you
But
get inspired by.
Do you
other
remember
artists
we
and
went to
such.
see Munkachi?
Mhm.
Munkachi is great, but it's the old style.
I mean, I can appreciate his technique, but it's not something I would paint.
Well, it's from the
it's dark,
1900s,
like dark
early
colors,
1900s,
and it's
yeah.
more realism.
But
so
I
different
love this
style.
gold, and I didn't even tell anybody. I just came back and I started putting gold, and everybody said, "Oh, I like that gold in your painting."
yeah, the gold is beautiful.
And I didn't copy it. It was the feeling that I got from that. It was
Inspiration.
up in a corner.
The
Yeah, so just-
inspiration.
Yeah.
Copying the mood, not the
The
artwork.
mood and
yeah.
time and just passion. I was passionate about how I didn't do what she did, but I used gold in my work.
That's why I think it's so important that all artists develop their own style. So don't look at someone else's
Yeah.
and try to make it like
Yeah.
yours.
Well, and that's why I like to
Discover it.
refer to
You
it
have
as
to
the mood
discover
that the artwork
mood.
gives you,
It makes
because
you feel.
yeah, exactly, because it changes your state
Your
of being.
style.
Yeah, well,
And
when you,
mood.
but I'm saying, yeah, when you
Yeah.
consume the artwork, it makes
Yeah.
you either happier or
It made
feel more
everything-
dramatic. There's so many different emotions that art can pull out of you. So that's why I like to
Art
compare.
or music or
the-
movies.
Well,
anything
yeah,
that you
we're talking
happy,
about all
sad, or-
any kind of artwork. It's
But
blanket.
I think it's nice to go and see if you ever have a chance. Always go visit the museums.
It is a good idea.
You know, like
really
any
get
country you
inspired.
go.
And then
Because
for
it's
Chet, maybe the
interesting.
MEM Museum, Musical Instrument Museum.
Oh yeah,
That's
oh,
a
I've
great.
been there once.
That's
It's
a
very
great
cool.
place.
Which one?
Well,
But
going to
for
the
Chet-
music festivals he goes to.
Or the music
that is
festival.
what
Yeah.
inspires
Mhm.
him.
Oh
Is there-
yeah, 100%.
Is there one coming up? Isn't Gold Rush coming up?
Yeah, there's
Now,
always
how
another
do you
festival
dress
coming up.
yourself when you go there? And it's a big question because
That's
you
it.
need
Do I
to
need
be
Chet to scoot
unique.
down a little?
Develop a style how you dress.
I agree with her. I
No,
know
wait,
it
wait.
may seem inconsequential, but I do think that's important. How
Well,
you
I'm
present
probably
yourself.
always
Yes.
just gonna wear my merch because like so when it
Arch?
has like my
Yes.
logo, like it has my like,
Yeah.
Put
logo.
some
'Cause
gold,
my
a
artist.
little
How
gold
you
in
dress
it.
yourself.
Oh, that's a
Your
good idea.
dress.
I like it.
Well, no, actually, Chet, and I don't mean to interrupt you. I think that's important. You wouldn't think it is, but it's that image. It's how people remember you. And when you think of like some famous bands, like even the
Because
the Beatles, for example, they had a style of dress that they were wearing that they're iconic for, right? So I think you should have the way you dress is like the way people think about you.
Yeah, and I'm glad we're talking about this because this is definitely
about it.
inspiring me to. Well, I just want to create more merch, so I want to make more
Yeah.
shirts, different like variations of my logo.
They don't know what
Make
merch
your
is. Tell them what
own
I have
merch
no
style.
is.
idea what you're talking about. Chet.
Merchandise.
Merch.
Okay.
So it's like basically my own clothing like line
Merchandise.
with my.
Yeah, but I mean, you have to, and always
What he's talking about is
Like
it's
a
an
stamp.
art.
a stamp.
It is. It is a
Don't-
logo.
Yeah, I have
Get
a logo.
a
That's
stamp.
what I'm talking
Mom,
about.
it's a logo, a stamp, a
A
logo.
logo.
He
Well,
has
But,
that.
but no, what's your
He has
style?
that.
Like some bands have like a
Oh,
grungy
tell
look.
Nick.
No, I was just gonna let him know. Explain to her more of
like maybe the
It's very
name of the
important.
merch,
Oh,
and
yeah,
like
yeah.
and then
Yes.
maybe they'll understand it a
Yeah,
little
so
bit
it's
better.
basically
What
just
about
like
musician?
it's basically just
It's good.
Because it's like
basically-
Louis
yeah.
Vuitton, basically, but
Yes.
it's your thing.
Yeah, exactly.
So, that's what
So
I'm
it's
saying.
like my own clothing brand
But it's
with
like-
like shirts and shorts and hats and all that stuff, but with my music logo and a different cover artwork. Because
deep shit.
I have a bunch of really
Yeah.
cool artwork on
Yeah.
like my different releases. I'll show you on my phone.
No, that's
after
cool.
the
You'll have to
show.
show me.
But yeah,
Yeah.
I collaborate with different graphic designers, and I'm actually about to collaborate with a painter on my future release. So I'm really excited about that because I basically am incorporating a visual artwork to my music. I don't have any. I sadly don't have any painting or drawing skills.
That's
I didn't
okay.
get- I didn't get that
You don't have to
gene,
be
sadly.
talented in everything.
But yeah, I got the music bugs, luckily.
But Rachel
um,
did. Rachel got
Oh
it.
yeah, in a big
Rachel
way.
got it
But
in a big way.
so I love
Rachel's very
collaborating
talented.
with visual artists on each release. So that way, my album artwork is also a piece of art that lasts.
And then
with
you
the
can put
music.
it on clothing.
That's exactly what I was talking about. Yeah.
Right, right.
Exactly.
But not only your logo though, like you could do like
Well, yeah, my cover artwork.
Mhm.
I'm gonna do that on shirts.
you could do like collared shirts that are you
So,
know
do you
everything.
think
What-
that I think I just want to bring up this point? Do you think that like Kanga and your dad inspired you to become an artist? Because I feel like it's important. So
I don't know. I think
what I want to say is that I think if parents can try to foster that in their kids,
Well,
I think it's really important because I feel like that's been huge for
But let him
me.
answer
Well,
the
they
question.
gave me
Uh,
piano lessons, so they got me into music young. They took me to concerts, so that inspired me.
Right.
And they also just taught me to follow my dreams and do whatever I wanted. So
See,
they
that's-
didn't push
it's
me in
really
any
important.
single
Let him
direction.
answer.
And I actually was trying to. My original dreams were to play baseball, and then when that didn't work out, my next plan was to become a lawyer. But that's when I really started realize. That's about the time of when I went to that Hard Summer show where I saw Chami and I said, "Wait, this is what I want to do. I want to make people have the best time of their life. I don't want to be in a courtroom making people, deliberating and arguing for hours. I'd way rather be getting paid to travel the world, go to the coolest cities in the world, the coolest venues in the world, and
So
help
what-
people have the best night of their life. That's what I want to do."
When you're going to
Um,
strike that you're gonna want to do even here in Phoenix,
Wait, what do you mean exactly? I don't
that
know.
you just go on stage.
He is.
Oh yeah, so
He already has.
I'm getting booked.
He's going again October 22nd.
I'm kind of basically like a resident
But it's
DJ
hard
at
to
a
do
few.
that. It's hard to really get there. But
Yeah, so that's actually another thing I want
You
to
have
talk
to be
about is nowadays
persistent.
you have
the
to
main
be-
way to make money is through touring nowadays
Yeah.
because there's not all the money from record sales anymore. Everybody listens to it online and
right.
the pay-per stream is negligible. So almost all the money is in merch, which we were just
Yeah.
talking about, like my clothing line. And luckily my logo and all the artwork
So
for
what's
all my
your
releases
logo?
is phenomenal.
what's
I'll show you a picture of it after
Yeah.
the show.
We'll get you a shirt.
But yeah, of course.
Get her a shirt.
But the other way for most artists to make substantial income is through touring. So that's going to traveling and playing
your
shows,
logo,
selling
what-
tickets.
how did you get your logo in your own?
Yeah. So I the thing that inspired the flying saucer. So I have it's Deep Chetty is my artist name, and then there's like a flying saucer through the middle. It
Yeah.
basically looks like it's basically beaming the whole
Oh,
Deep Chetty into the
is that in
view.
gold?
No, it's just
Like-
it's all black and white right now.
Oh,
we can do it different colors.
You can make
Wait,
charms.
I'm in the middle of explaining it. Because but the thing that inspired the UFO though is that I want my music to take people higher. Like
Yeah.
I was just talking about when people are at my shows, I want
Yeah.
them to literally have the best night ever. I want them
Yeah.
to have a great time.
Yeah.
So I want my music to take people higher. I want it to elevate their mood. So what's higher than outer
So
space?
are you
Nothing.
collecting money already? No.
Yeah, I'm getting paid
You do?
for bookings. Yeah.
Really?
Yes,
yeah.
of course.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how about how about you have merch that's like jewelry, a Deep Chetty charm that
Well,
girls can wear.
No,
I want to be the
no.
first one to wear it.
No,
Yes.
I wouldn't do that immediately now.
I
love
think it
that
could be
idea.
cool. I think it could
Yes,
be cool.
yes.
But it'd be very limited edition.
Yes.
Limited run,
Yeah,
make
limited,
10
yeah.
of them or something.
And make like a bracelet. Mm-hmm.
But that's the kind of thing. That's the thing that's super fun about the entrepreneurial side of being an artist is learning when how to grow the brand and then waiting to do certain things like that once you have
How
a
many?
slightly bigger fan base, you have more
10
demand,
minutes.
you can charge higher prices, that kind of stuff.
But why couldn't you do like sterling silver necklaces, you know, with a charm?
I just said I'm going to.
Okay, let's do that.
Well,
That's
She like
something
says
you
it
know.
combatively. Why wouldn't you do this? I was like, I just said I would.
I just wanted to bring up a point. I think that any artist, no matter what you do, I think it's important that you have drive, and you know, this tenacity, and that
I think you need to be
and-
obsessed with anything you want to get really
you have
good
to
at.
be obsessed with what you're doing,
Yeah.
right? Because you can't make it as an artist if you're not really trying your best.
It's like I'm obsessed with
No
the show.
way.
People that know me well see me out and about, and like when I'm meeting people, I'm like, "Oh, you'd be great on the show. Oh, you'd be great on the show." I'm always thinking about the show. Some people are like, "Oh my gosh, quit working, just have fun," and I think that's fun. I think it's fun to meet people and get. I mean, if you look at all the years the show's been around, how you know I didn't meet those people in my bedroom. I didn't meet them at my house. I didn't, you know, I met them when I was out and about, and you know, that's it. It's really exciting to look back and
You have
see
to have
all the people
passion
that have
for
been on the
what
show.
you
It's a
do.
total passion. Yeah, Doing this
That's
show
what
has been
makes
total
a
passion.
great artist.
Absolutely.
And thinking outside the box. What do you think? What do you think, Mom?
What?
What makes a great artist?
It's your passion and drive to do whatever you want to do, and never stop.
Yeah, I think that
Mhm.
passion, that obsession is where
Yeah,
it really comes from.
yeah.
If you want to get good at it. I
No.
mean, some people just want to take up art as a hobby. That's fine.
That's
you don't have to
okay.
be fully obsessed
No,
with it.
no.
You can just
You don't
like
have
it and
talent,
enjoy it on a
talent.
surface level, but don't expect to become a true master of it either. If you really
Right.
want to master something, you need to go full
Eat,
in.
sleep, breathe,
you need to
your
be-
art
yeah.
form. You
Yeah,
really do. Yeah.
But do you think that you would have, Mom? Do you think you would have been this this successful as an artist with your art gallery, and for years, you know, it's been your mainstay?
I don't know. I
No,
never
no,
begged anybody.
No, but without, I mean, my dad really, I feel like kind
he
of,
was
Yeah.
huge.
he was really like,
He
okay,
really
you got to
was.
paint
He was
today. Or
pushing
let's. He was kind
Yeah,
of
but
like,
I didn't like that.
but
It
I
seemed
have
like
to give
you
my
did.
dad a lot of credit. I really do.
No, I didn't.
No, I agree with
Is
Grandma
that-
on this. I hate when people try to tell me to
No,
produce
but-
or something.
but
It's like
you
I
know-
always am going to produce. You don't need to tell me to do it. I'm going to do it
No,
when I'm
you would
inspired.
Just bring
I
the
agree with you
flowers,
100%.
And I didn't want the flowers to die, so I painted.
But I think
did
you
that.
produced some of your most beautiful pieces under
What?
his direction. So,
Because he used to
That's
say,
the
well,
honest
if
God
you
truth.
So
just-
it did. So it was good inspiration sometimes.
no, okay,
for
so
sure.
so what
Yeah.
he would do sometimes is she'd say, I'm not in the mood right now.
No, not
And
the
so they,
mood. I
and
never
then,
said that.
and my
I
dad
didn't
would,
like that. He
my
pushed
dad would
me.
take out the expensive paints and he'd put it on the palette. And then he'd say, all right, if you're not
If
going to
you
start
don't
painting,
paint,
I'm going to paint it.
You, and so I thought, well,
Here's the canvas. He's like,
So-
he's like, I'll paint it.
I said, just
and then she
go,
goes, get away, and then she'd
go,
start painting.
yeah.
yeah, or like he would go.
That would work if I tried to be like, I'm painting. You'd be like, no, I don't want to see that.
Yeah, like,
Like, let me
he
do
would,
it.
like go walk the
I'm
neighborhood,
gonna go to the
and he would like
bathroom.
pick all these flowers, and then he
Yeah.
would bring them back to the house,
Yeah.
and gather them together, and say, "Here, you must paint this." I just thought that was adorable. So I think what a beautiful relationship that my parents have had.
Well,
so
yeah.
anyway,
It
I
will-
wish that upon everyone. So
Yeah, but I think he is interesting how he's really going at it.
Oh, yes, Chet really is.
So,
So-
that's good.
So that is
He has
super
something.
exciting that you are going to be painting some big painting. that-
Well,
I
stop
commissioned you to
saying it.
paint.
Don't tell me.
Mhm.
Do
so
it
when are you going to
because-
do it? I'm excited. I have
when
a
she
spot
feels
on the wall.
inspired, didn't you hear that,
I have a
Parkenga?
spot on
When
the
she
wall.
feels inspired.
Yeah.
I do want to invite everyone to our gallery in case you don't know where it's at. It's on Main Street in Old Town Scottsdale. And the website's artandrea.com. And you'll see our beautiful florals. And then we have, I think Kim is
Didn't you
holding up.
bring another
This is one of mine right
There's
here.
one there.
It's acrylic on canvas.
Yeah.
And then one of my mom's called Spring Poppies. And we will give you a nice tour when you come visit the gallery, artandrea.com. And we also feature some other local, national,
What is this
and
one
international
called?
artists. That's called Spring Poppies.
Spring poppies.
Um,
Poppies.
beautiful,
Oh, it's very
wild,
beautiful.
wildflowers of
I
Arizona.
painted that, and the next day somebody bought it.
Yeah, so they're not all
this is not
originals.
original.
Is it? This is a G clip.
That one's Asia Clay.
Exactly.
But people can buy originals,
We have originals.
Yeah.
This one of mine is original, and this is acrylic on
Yeah.
canvas.
and you can commission a piece.
Yes, yes, absolutely.
And don't you do when people get married? They're
A wedding bouquet art.
Yeah. What
Yeah,
do you-
when you're if you're getting married, you got to call us because we'll take your painting. I mean, your painting, your bouquet, and then make it into a beautiful piece of art that you can
Wait, I think
preserve.
Dominic has a question.
No.
I think he does.
I was just giggling.
Dominic, are
She's
you getting
awesome.
married so we can
Not
paint your wedding
yet.
bouquet?
Not yet.
Yeah.
Can
He
I
has
get
a
your-
I do have a
Too
girlfriend
young.
of 4 years, but
Oh,
no,
Dominic,
exactly,
is
too
she,
young.
Is she Polish? That's all I
Unfortunately,
need.
no.
Oh, sorry.
Unfortunately, no.
Maybe
you
do.
love her.
She is an amazing woman though, so that's what matters.
Well, do Ancestry.com. Maybe she has a little bit of Polish in her.
Maybe.
I'm
I know
sure
she's.
I'm just teasing. I'm sure she's.
I know
great.
part of her family's from Norway.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she might be Hungarian. So she might be
So,
Greek.
Well,
by
to
the-
be honest though, all those places come from kind of the same bloodline.
Okay, do
Yes.
we have
3
still
brothers.
2 minutes? 2 minutes?
So
We still have actually 5 more minutes.
So who
5
is
more
your
minutes.
favorite artist?
Ooh, are we talking music?
Music.
Well, let's
Yeah.
go down every type of art. Be able to kill this 5 minutes real fast that way. I would say for music, my top. Oh, this is gonna be. I have to go like top 10 because I love so many different genres.
Okay, do top 10.
Okay, I would say for house music, it'd be Chami, Joyride, Abstract, AC Slater.
The
and then-
Knox.
No, just let me answer my own list, please. And then other electronic artists would have to be Grizz and Odessa. And then for classic rock, I'd have to take Led Zeppelin, Rolling Stones, and then
not the Beatles.
no.
Elvis?
No, can I make my own list, please? You guys answer your favorites after I'm done. It's annoying as hell. Let's see. Slightly Stupid would have to be in there. Eminem would have to be in there. And Wiz Khalifa.
Empire of the Sun?
Yeah, and Empire of the Sun. Wait, you finally helped me
That's a
remember.
good
That was
one.
actually great. Thank you for
That's a
that.
good one.
Okay, and then yeah, that'd be my list. And then for actors,
What about Dumdala?
no, I'm just trying to make my own list right now, please. But for actors and actresses, I would say I love Brad Pitt. His
You do?
screen
He's so good.
his screen presence is incredible. Plays every
Oh
role.
my gosh, that movie he was just in with Sandra Bullock was hilarious.
That was
So
fun. Yeah,
good.
exactly. I love that he can do a comedy role like that, or he can do a serious role. He has such
That's
a wide
true.
range, and
Which
then
means he's a good actor.
and
He's a
yeah,
very
and
good
then I
actor.
love Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh yeah.
Fantastic.
He's doesn't really star in a bad movie ever, and it's because he carries it, his presence. And then I'd say actresses.
How about the
I love Jennifer
Stooges?
Lawrence.
I like the Stooges.
Oh,
I love the
Stooges.
Stooges.
Yeah,
High
the
quality.
Three Stooges are
And
great.
for actresses,
Makes
I'd
me
say
laugh.
I would say Jennifer Lawrence is probably my favorite actress. She's amazing.
She's so good.
Yeah, she's really just.
But you only have one female actress that you like?
She's like the one that pops in my head that is like my favorite. I would say, just like her performances are always so compelling. And then if we're going like visual painting, I'd have to say Grandma's one of my favorites, of course.
Grandma?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
2 minutes, he said.
And
Good,
then
thank you. Compliment.
I actually also do love Monet and Van Gogh. I'd say it would
Monet,
be like
yeah.
my other.
But you're her
Top
favorite.
two,
You're
yeah.
Chet's favorite
Yeah,
artist.
Monet.
if I like had a genie bottle and I could wish for any paintings in my house, it'd be all Monet, Van Gogh, and Grandma. Yeah.
Ah, there we go.
Uh,
What's the title of that painting that Chet has in his room?
And a few of Aunt Andy's, of course, because I love your artistic
Romance.
style as
Oh,
well.
Romance.
And I feel like Grandma's artistic style definitely inspired yours a little bit, right? Like I
Oh,
feel
definitely.
like yeah, because you love the floral pieces a lot as well.
I do.
And wait, we should definitely plug that people should go to your gallery, Gallery Andrea.
Is this one yours?
This one's mine.
I
Oh, we
love
have
it.
it
It's
upside
beautiful.
down.
Yeah, go and check out all their artwork. It
Uh-huh.
looks better in person at
It
Gallery
does.
Andrea.
And we love to meet
1
the
minute.
people. So I have to say one of the things
Okay, yeah,
I
you guys
enjoy-
need to give your favorite artists. I took too long on my
know,
list.
I think I already told you. I love Monet, Van Gogh, and Mom. The same as
only
you.
artist I love is
Yeah.
you.
So,
My
but
mom. That's it.
Thank
For
you.
deceased
And music,
artists.
Chet's music. Deep Chetty, Deep
I
Chetty.
have no painting in the gallery.
Is it just Deep
Chet.
Chetty music?
Yeah.
What?
And then Led Zeppelin. I love Led Zeppelin. U2. I love the Beatles. I love
U2.
Elvis.
I love
I love
Beatles.
Dumdala.
Oh, I do like Elvis.
I love Elvis. Yeah.
There was only one Elvis,
Mhm.
right?
Oh, yeah.
And I
love-
actually love Pitbull.
I love Pitbull.
I think the
I love
Pitbull's
Wait,
got
wait,
Eminem.
you're gonna blaspheme me. on
Bocelli.
radio. No.
Bocelli. Plaza
What
Domingo.
I like, but
Yeah.
Chopin.
But I love such a range because I love
Yeah.
classical music, but yet I love.
No, Pitbull's songs are
It's
definitely
over.
fun. I'm
They're
not taking
fun.
anything away.
Saving
They are
the
fun.
planet.
I'm gonna
Good.
All right.
Okay.
One
Saving the
show at a
planet,
time.
One show at a time.
One show
Spread
at
the
a
love.
time.
Be creative. Follow your
Just be
passion.
creative.
See, I like Pitbull because it's dancing.
Yeah,
That's where he's
exactly.
coming
Yeah,
up.
he makes fun club music for sure.
No, but it's a great concert. Have you seen him in concert?
Oh, he's so great.
Oh yeah, I have.